Talking with you guys about the Infinity Stones. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about all the Infinity Stones that we actually know about, and I also want to talk with you guys a little bit about the 6th Infinity Stone, which is the one that we don't know anything about. We only know where 5 out of these 6 Infinity Stones actually are, and in this video I want to talk with you guys about where I think the 6th Infinity Stone is, and when I think it's going to be introduced to us in the Marvel Universe. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Now let's go ahead and talk about the first Infinity Stone, which is the Time Stone. Now the Time Stone is pretty much used to manipulate time, as by its name being the Time Stone. Now this stone is actually in the Doctor Strange movie, and in the movie he actually shows us that this stone has a very great amount of power. It can pretty much take objects out of the past and move them to the present. It can also take items from the present, move them into the future, and then again back to the present. So this stone is a very big piece to the puzzle and has a lot of power. And at the end of the Doctor Strange movie, after he pretty much learned how to use it, because he definitely had to learn how to use it correctly, because he didn't want to mess up the time continuum or anything like that. But at the end of the Doctor Strange movie, he actually left it in a giant room that really wasn't guarded at all, and it had already been broken into a couple of times. So we don't really know exactly where the stone is. It could have been stolen again, but we do know that it was left in that room. Now let's go ahead and move on to the second stone, which is the Space Stone, or the Tesseract. Now the Tesseract was in the first Captain America movie, and then Howard Stark, Tony Stark's father, went ahead and found it, and it was pretty much in the first Avengers movie, and it was also used to pretty much open a space portal, which could pretty much allow space travel. And at the end of the Avengers Age of Ultron movie, it was taken back to Asgard to put in the little Odin trophy room by Thor himself, and as of now that's where it is. But of course it's not safe, because Loki's pretty much parading around acting like he's Odin due to Odin being asleep. Now, moving on to the third stone. The third stone is the Reality Stone, and this is probably the stone that I don't know too much about myself. It really isn't talked about too much. I just know that it's actually in the form of a liquid instead of a stone, and it's in the Thor: The Dark World movie, and it's actually what causes that huge red tornado, I guess, of liquid. I'm not necessarily sure what to actually call it, but I do know that it was actually given to the Collector, and the Collector was shown in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and that is pretty much the guy that was gonna go ahead and buy the Power Stone, which was that little silver orb that they actually opened up, and there was the Power Stone in there, which is the purple Infinity Stone, and it went ahead and ended up blowing up and killing that space creature. Not necessarily sure what her name was, but I do know that at the time that person actually did have the Reality Stone, and at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, I believe the Power Stone was given to the Nova Corps, and that's actually where the Nova Corps got most of its powers, from the Power Stone. So they really pretty much just left it there, and it's being protected by Nova and the Nova Corps. Now, the fifth stone, which is the Mind Stone, is in the staff that's actually carried around by Loki in the Avengers, and it's used to actually mind control Hawkeye in the Avengers movie. Now, in the second Avengers movie, it's actually taken by Ultron, and then they actually go ahead and salvage it, and Tony Stark and Bruce Banner pretty much go ahead and put it into a body, which becomes Vision, and now the stone is inside of Vision's head, right on his forehead. Now, the stone that we don't know anything about is the Soul Stone, and in my opinion, I think this stone is going to be shown to us in the Thor Ragnarok movie, and the reason why I think this is because in the Thor Ragnarok movie, the pretty much bad guy of the movie, or the villain of the movie, is going to be Hela, which is the Queen of Hell. And pretty much in the movie and in the comics books, it's pretty much portrayed and said that she has the control of life and death, which the Soul Stone does also have the control of life and death. So it is possible that Hela, the Queen of Hell, actually does have the Soul Stone, and Thor could go and pretty much either take it from her to safely keep on Asgard, or Thanos could pretty much just go and take it from her himself. Not necessarily sure how that's going to work, but I feel like the Soul Stone is going to be shown to us in Thor Ragnarok. So, with all that being said, that's pretty much where all the Infinity Stones are as of now. And pretty much all of the Marvel movies around the time of Avengers forward, so I'd probably say around 2010 to 2011, all the movies are pretty much developed and produced by Marvel themselves, are actually pieces to the puzzle of where the Infinity Stones are, and pretty much lining us up for the Infinity Wars movie, because each movie has pretty much given us a little bit of information about where to find the Infinity Stones, or has directly told us about the Infinity Stones themselves, and even showed us them. So, as of now, we only know where 5 of them are, and those 5 are confirmed, and the 6th one, like I said, could possibly be shown in the Thor Ragnarok movie. Now, of course, there are going to be other movies. It could be shown in Black Panther, which I highly doubt, or it could be shown in the Infinity Wars movie itself. I'm not really sure, but my guess is it's going to be shown in Thor Ragnarok by the Queen of Hell herself, Hela. So with all that being said, if you liked any of the information that I actually told you guys in this video, definitely be sure to leave a like, as well as hit that subscribe button down below. If you guys want to see any other videos like this, go ahead and subscribe, and also comment down below your guys' opinions. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Peace.